Hello dear students, welcome back to the NCERT Science class of 9th standard. Dear students, in the previous class we have completed the topic why do we fall ill. There we have studied in the whole the topic, we have studied the different concept of regarding the sickness or the illness. See here we have studied the condition of illness. Suppose for example a patient or a person is suffering from some any diseases, then the symptoms of the diseases. We have studied the different symptoms of the different diseases, and next what is we have studied the difference between the disease and the health or healthy body. See here we have studied when we say the person is healthy, if a person is suffering from, if a person is fit and fine regarding the physically, mentally and socially, then only we can say that the person is healthy. If a person is suffering from any disorders regarding any one of the regarding the physically, if he getting any defects or mentally, and if he is not fit socially, then we can say that a person is not healthy and he may suffering from any disease syndrome. That we have studied. And next after this one we have studied the different types of diseases, in the topic. See, that is acute disease and chronic disease. The acute diseases are those diseases which can be cured within short period, that is called as the acute disease, and chronic diseases are those diseases that will take a long time to get cured. See, acute disease means for example common cold and flu, that is can be cured within 1 week. But tuberculosis like a TB, that will not cure for near about 3 to 6 months. Means TB is a chronic disease that will last for long time, and tuberculosis, the flu or the cough and cold, that will last for within short period. That's why these are the acute diseases that we have studied. And next, dear students, the causes for the contaminated causes for the diseases. So the first we have studied the physical environment. If the physical environment is not good and fine, see what happens if it is contaminated, that may leads for the disease, the spread of disease. The next, social environment. See what happens continuously if you are living in the social, like the robbers and all. If you are surviving in a surrounding of robbers and the terrorists and all, our mentality will also develop in that way, and we will not be healthy, isn't it? Next after this one, the public cleanness and all, we can say the catchment area, the water is stagnant in our surrounding, that also may leads for the spread of diseases and all. Then economical conditions also. Economical condition, if you are not good with the economic or the good economic condition we may suffer from the number of diseases that we have studied. Then after this one, we have studied the causes of diseases. The different causes of diseases are there: microbes, then the polluted atmosphere, the lack of good nourishment, poor public services, availability of the medicines, and poor economy. These are the causes of diseases. These are the main reasons. Because of these things, what happens, the disease may occur. See, first one, about the microorganisms. Different types of microorganisms are there: the viruses, bacteria, protozoans, then fungi are all, and some other animals are there, higher animals, they are also causes the diseases. The viruses like the HIV virus, the COVID virus, the different viruses are there, that they causes the diseases, very dangerous disease. Polio is also viral disease. Then typhoid, that is caused by the bacteria. In 8th standard also you have studied. The typhoid is a name of disease that is caused by the salmonella typhi bacteria. Then other bacterial diseases are also there. Then tuberculosis is a bacterial disease. Then lack of poor nourishment. If we are not supplying the nutrients or nutritive food to the body, what happens? The immunity system of the body is going on decreasing continuously, or the body starts to lose its immunity if you are not get the nutritive or the healthy or the nourished food. Yes. Then next, Poor public service. See what happens. The whatever the in our village, the panchayat system is there, and the city level, the municipal system is there. If the poor services, if we are not getting the hospitals in that areas, and next the ambulances and all the facilities, if we are having the poor facilities of the governments or the services, then that may also leads for the illness and all. That means the diseases. Yes. Then after this one, availability of medicines. Availability of medicines. See what happens, dear students. On occasion, we will not get the medicines for the particular diseases. See, that may leads for the spread of disease throughout the body. That's why the disease can be may spread due to the lack of medicines. Then poor economy. See, we doesn't have the economy in all. See, that maybe leads for the spread of disease, or the disease maybe becomes severe. Yes, if you are not getting the treatment, if you doesn't have the money, we will not get the treatment. If we are not get the treatment, what happens? The disease may be serious or the severe. Yes. And after this one, we have studied the infectious disease and non-infectious disease. Infectious disease, those are diseases which spread from the infected person to the healthy person. The disease which is spread from the infected person to the healthy person, that we have studied. Non-infectious disease, that is, that will not spread by the spread from the infected person to the healthy person by the different ways. See what happens? Infected disease means infectious disease that spread from the infected person to the healthy person. TB is an infectious disease. If you are going in contact with the TB patient, what happens? We will also get the TB. Yes, tuberculosis. See, TB, cough, cold, and flu. These are the infectious disease that spread from, and COVID also infectious disease that spread from the infected person to the healthy person. Next, after this one, the non-infectious disease. Cancer is a non-infectious disease that will not spread from the infected person to the healthy person. Yes. Then, dear students, after this one we have studied the different types of diseases: viral disease, bacterial disease, fungal disease, and protozoal disease. That are all the diseases we have studied with examples in the previous class. Then after this one we have studied the means of spread of the diseases, or by which the diseases are spreading from one person to the other person. See, or from an infected person to the healthy person, how the diseases are spreading. See what happens here. The airborne disease, the disease which spread from the air, or the air through the air, that is from infected person to the healthy person through the air. See, when an infected person cough or sneezes in the air, what happens? That air droplets or the water droplets will be removed out through these nostrils and the mouth into the atmosphere. If an healthy person consumes or takes that water droplets or the air droplets that is sneezed by the infected person, the droplets contains the microorganisms of TB and tuberculosis and the COVID that is taken by the healthy person, that disease will be transmitted. Yes. Then after this one, waterborne disease. See here what happens, dear students, some diseases are there that is spread from the water from infected person to the healthy person. See, suppose for example, infected person excreted his waste material in the water. See what happens, the water will get contaminated with that microbes or the disease causing agents that is moved through the, or that is excreted by the a person or infected person into the water bodies. Then when a healthy person consumes the water, that bacteria or the disease that will transmit to the healthy person. See, typhoid is a gut disease or the elementary disease that if a typhoid patient excretes his waste, that waste in the water, what happens? Water will goes to the gutters to the water bodies and major water bodies like a river and all. If we consume the water from the river and all, we will also suffer from the diseases. Yes. The next topic, dear students, the sexual contact or the physical contacts, we can say. Some diseases are there if you are going in contact. See, for example, sexual contact is a where the contact that brings the two persons very close to each other, where what happens, the transmission of blood and the transmission of material that is going on. See, by which what happens, that may leads for the diseases. Yes. The next, dear students, some animals like Ebola, that is called the Ebola is a disease which is caused by the the bats and all that we are seeing. Yes, and vectors means the disease causing means the organisms which carries the diseases. For example, the mosquito that is female anopheles mosquito which brings the plasmodium. Next, that causes the malaria, isn't it? These those organisms which carry the diseases, such organisms are called as the vectors that we have studied in the previous class, isn't it? Next, dear students, after this one, we have studied the organ tissue and the tissue specific manifestations. See here what happens. The number of diseases occurs in the human body. They will affect on the different sides of the different organs or even to the body also. For a particular disease, the diseases are there, they will affect on the particular diseases, particular organs in the human body. Suppose for example, see what happens, TB disease causing bacteria enters into the body, what happens? They affects on the lungs. The TB is a respiratory disease, the TB patient continuous, they are going on coughing and all. See what happens? TB bacteria or tuberculosis bacteria affects on the lungs. That is, TB is a lungs disease. Then typhoid is a gut disease or the elementary disease, isn't it? And brain fever, that is Japanese encephalitis, that is bacteria which affects on the virus that affects on the brain, that causes the brain fever. And the jaundice that affects on the liver, isn't it? These are the different organs in the body where the disease affects. Yes, the next, dear students, after this one we have studied the different sides. If the disease affects on the lungs or the respiratory disease, the sign will be cough or cold, and next breathlessness. Yes, by the sign only we can say that the part of the body is affected. Then after this one, the stomach, if the stomach is affected, the person may suffering from the stomach ache and all. Then vomiting, the different other signs are there. Then if a person is suffering from the brain, or if a person is affected by the microbes of the brain, then the person may be suffering from the signs like the headache, then vomiting, then after this one unconsciousness and all. These are the symptoms of the effects of brain by the microorganisms. Yes. Then after this one we have studied the principles in the way of treatment and prevention of disease. In the yesterday and in the last class we have studied the principles. That here we have studied the two principles. That first one is principles of treatment, how to treat. That is, there we have studied the two steps. That is, first one is by reducing the infection of the diseases, by reducing the effects of diseases. The second one is by killing the disease causing agents. See, we can control the diseases, we can prevent the disease, we can treatment the disease. First one by reducing the effects of disease. Here, principles of treatments. See how we will treatment. First one, but we have to reduce the effects of disease. How we will reduce? By getting the sleep continuously. We will get the energy, by which day we will get the energy to fight against the diseases and all. Then see after this one, bed rest and all. And next, by killing the microorganisms, we will take the particular doses and all. We will get see virus and bacteria, fungus and protozoan effect. By killing them, we will get the relief with the help of antibiotics and the antiviral doses and all. By taking the antiviral dose and antibacterial dose, antifungal dose, then we will control or we can kill the disease causing microbes which enters our body. And when we take the antibiotics, by taking the antibiotics, our immunity system becomes stronger and fight and kills the disease causing microbes and all that we have studied. Then after this one, principles of prevention, here we are seeing the two principles. The first one is general principle, the general way. The second one is a specific way. General way, see, he is going to tell us by preventing the exposing to the atmosphere, then the contaminated atmosphere, and by preventing ourselves for the drinking the contaminated water, and by wearing the masks and all, we will avoid the exposing to the atmosphere or the polluted atmosphere, and we will avoid the stagnant of water in the catchment areas and all, by which we can prevent the diseases. It means it is comes under the gentle way. In case of specific way, we will take the vaccines that is prepared during with the help of bacteria and all prior to the disease. These are the specific way. Here that like that we have studied in the previous class all these points. I have revised all once again. Then next come to the exercise. Exercise. See the first exercise. Come to the how many times did you fall ill in the last 1 year? What were the illness? Suppose you may suffer from the fever and all, fever, cough, cold. Yes, you may suffer from the different diseases, headache and all. That you are right. Which disease you suffered? That you are right. I was suffered within that year. I was suffered by the fever and cough, cold, twice cough and cold, and once I suffered with the stomach ache, and once I suffered with the teeth ache, then headache and all. Whatever you have suffered, that you are right. And what he has given to write the answer. See, first option he has given. Think of one change you could make in your habit in order to avoid any or most of the above illness. See, suppose for example, if you are suffering from the fever, what you have to do, what precautions or what habit you have did there. Or suppose for example, if you are suffering from the cough and cold, that time what you have to avoid. See, we will avoid exposing to the cold atmosphere. Ourselves, we will keep ourselves into the warm atmosphere or the warm room. And next, what happens? We avoid the drinking of the cold water or the contaminated water, and we will avoid ourselves, or we are avoid ourselves to take the ice creams and all if we suffer from the coldness. The next, if we are suffering from the fever, what happens? We will go for the doctors and doctors to take the medicines and all. The next B, he is going to tell us, think of one change you would wish for in your surroundings in order to avoid any or the most of the above illness. See what happens if you are suffering from the illness. That time, suppose for example, if you are suffering from the any disease like chicken pox and all, or the malaria and all. See how it is spread. It is spread due to the mosquitoes. The mosquito originates from the stagnant water in the catchment areas, or dengue, that is a disease that spread from that is clean water, the dengue. It is aegypti, isn't it? That avoiding the catchment area, avoiding the stagnant of water in the catchment areas and all that, by this way we can prevent the spread of diseases and all. The next, come to the second question. A doctor or nurse or health worker is exposed to more sick peoples than others in the community. Find out how she or he avoids getting sick herself or himself. See what happens, dear students. Nowadays we are seeing in the COVID pandemic, what happens, the doctors and warriors, we can say the doctors and the nurse and the health workers and the police peoples, they are working day night. See how they are curing, even they will expose to the contaminated atmosphere, but even they will not get but they are not getting but they will not affected by such a disease. See what they have to do, what they are doing. See, firstly they will prepare mentally, we are fully fit and fine, first thing, and next, that is they are taking the healthy nutritive food, and after this one they are taking if they are getting the symptoms and signs of the diseases, they will take the medicines or the doses prior to the diseases. Yes, and precautions they are using for during the exposing themselves for the contaminated atmosphere. If the doctors or the warriors, they are doing the duty, what happens? They will expose on exposing, they will use the different precautions like hand gloves and the masks. They will wear the masks and hand gloves, and also they will wear the PP kits and all. They avoiding the exposed, direct exposed to the contaminated atmosphere of the environment. Yes. Then third question: conduct a survey on your neighborhood. Conduct a survey on your neighborhood to find out what the three most common diseases are. Common diseases. Suggest three types steps that would be taken by your local authority to bring down the incidence of these diseases. Any common three diseases that occurs in your see, one is typhoid, the second one is malaria, then third one is you can take any other diseases. Typhoid, malaria and cholera we can take. Yes. See, in case of typhoid, how we have, or tuberculosis, TB, you can take TB. TB, why? Because it's airborne disease. What are the precautions we have to take in such cases? Suppose, for example, common disease in our area, that is TB, typhoid and malaria. TB, how to cure? See, what happens? TB that is spread from the air when an infected person sneezes or cough in the atmosphere. That how we will cure? See, we have to isolate the patient of TB in a separate room, by which we can control the spread of disease, TB. Then the typhoid disease, how we will cure? See, typhoid that will spread with the help of water, that if and it is caused by the Salmonella bacteria. If we consume the water that is contaminated with the Salmonella bacteria, we will also suffer. So typhoid is a common disease. How we will cure? See, we will take the boiled water or the purified water that is totally free by the microorganisms. Yes. The next, dear students, after this one, a baby is not able to tell her or his caretaker that she or he, fourth question, she or he is sick. Sick. What would have helped us to find out? See, suppose a baby, it doesn't have the language, the baby will unable to use the language or to say something about the diseases and all. How we will identify? Suppose, for example, a baby is suffering from any diseases. How we will identify? With the help of signs and symptoms. Suppose, for example, if a baby is suffering from the fever, first the body temperature may rise up. If a baby is suffering from the coldness, see, we will see that running nose continuous. By this we will identify. If a baby is suffering from the tuberculosis, that shows the symptoms will be continuous cough. Yes. If a baby is suffering from any other headache and the stomach ache, the baby cry continuously without stop. Yes. By the symptoms, we will identify and symptoms we will identify the diseases. Then we will take to them to the doctors. Yes. Next, dear students, fifth one. Under which of the following condition is the person most likely to fall sick? They are given four options. See, under which of the following condition? They give the following conditions. Few conditions are there. In which condition is the person mostly like to fall sick? See, first one, when she is recovering from the malaria. When? Under which of the following condition is the person most likely to fall sick? See, suppose for example, if a person is recovered from the malaria, that condition is able to, means which enhance him to sick. See, second option, when she has recovered from the malaria and is taking care of someone suffering from the chickenpox. Third option, suppose for example a patient recovered from the malaria and is going on caring to the other patient who is suffering from the chickenpox. That condition is enhancing to suffer from the disease or all. See, option C, when she is on a 4-day fast after recovering from the malaria and taking care of someone suffering from the chickenpox. chicken pox. The correct option is C. See here what happens, dear students. Suppose a nurse is, or suppose a lady, he is given, the lady is suffering from, is recovered from the malaria and is going on caring for the other patients who is suffering from the chicken pox, and with a 4-day fast, she doesn't have the energy to recover herself and to get the energy to kill the microorganisms and all. She doesn't have the energy, and already she has recovered from the malaria, and she is going to take care taking care the patients of chicken pox. See, in such cases what happens, she is totally weak and she doesn't have the much energy to fight against the diseases. In such cases she don't have to go for the treatment and all, but taking care of, and next she has to take food and all. Then that's why the C is the correct option. The next come to the sixth question. Under which of the following condition are you most likely to fall sick? Sixth question, see in your textbook. Under which of the following condition? Under which of the following condition are you most likely to fall sick? When you are taking examination, see, when you are taking examination. Option B, when you are traveling by bus and train for 2 days. No. When your friend is suffering from the measles and what? See here, when you are taking to the examination is the correct answer, because during the examination, when we will go for the examination and the diagnosis, if we are suffering from the diseases, then only we will go for the diagnosis and all. That's why in that condition is a suitable condition, or the not suitable condition, that is the main condition where the symptoms of diseases are more. That's why here we have completed the topic, why do we fall ill. Yes, the remaining next topic we will continue in the next class. Thank you.